Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team.
Safe.
The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Eldridge Park is the setting on this beautiful Thursday evening for this matchup between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Orleans Firebirds. Josh Schreiber here alongside Nico Sharp and Jacob Irons. And guys, we couldn't have asked for a better day for this rain makeup game.
Yeah, it's about as picturesque as you can have it. Sun is shining. Need a little bit of sunglasses in the air with the sun shining as hard as it is. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's a good change. Last time we actually made it here, it was the mist that cut it short. Weather wasn't necessarily in the favor of the people in attendance, and the game made up. It was a rain out. That's why we're playing it.
Finally, the starter we were supposed to get was Callan Fang. It will instead be Brennan Sieber today, who out of Vanderbilt. It feels like Hyannis keeps running into Vanderbilt or SEC guys starting games.
Yeah, from Sieber, it's going to be a fastball slider changeup mix. And it's a guy who just has a smooth delivery. Ball flies out of his hands, works a really good 2 and 3 with the changeup and the slider and behind it. And all of his pitches work really well off each other and does a really great job of keeping hitters off balance. So look for him to use all 3 pitches pretty equally.
Could very well be a game where we see a lot of ground balls from the Harbor Hawks. Just a matter of if they can find holes, because Brennan Sieber is really just an incredible ground ball pitcher and will tunnel his pitches well. Now, for Hyannis, their lineup was a little bit lackluster yesterday at Falmouth, Gov Fuller Field. Not quite able to get the job done. They scored 2 runs in the 8th and then left a runner stranded in the 9th to tie the game. What has to change here today against a team in Orleans that has been struggling, but so has Falmouth?
Yeah, and in this spot, they got to find the key hit. We talked about what was going well for Hyannis up until that moment was that they had those hits in those spots. And for right now, you're looking at this as a Harbor Hawk team that finds themselves missing a hit last night that they needed. And I think they get back to their winning ways. They just got to find a hit with runners on, and I think that will be the key to get them over the hump.
Yeah, and they will be doing that without Nick Groves today. He is not on the Harbor Hawks anymore. Had to go to school to get some things sorted out there as he's transferring to Illinois. But instead it will be Carson Bowles, who we saw a little bit of yesterday. Nico, what excites you about what he can bring to this team?
You know, and he has pretty big shoes to fill. You know, you talk about a guy like Nick Groves, has been a great production guy for the Harbor Hawks. We've seen him work all 1 through 9 through the lineup, and that's a guy who leads. He's top 3 in every offensive category for the Harbor Hawks. But then you have Carson Bowles coming in, and he's a guy who is electric, kind of has the same playing style, really quick on his feet, good hands, great defensively. First game for the Harbor Hawks yesterday, so I really look forward to get him comfortable in the Harbor Hawks lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Orleans, their lineup has struggled, to say the least, this season. Not a lot of power, but neither does Hyannis have a lot of power. The difference is Hyannis has been able to hit for average. They've been able to hit in those big situations. Who in this lineup, Jacob, are you most focused on?
I think for the Orleans Firebirds right now, you got to look at their leadoff batters in this spot.
Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit more about them when we come back. But for now, we've got the national anthem. Side with manager Mitch Carricker, and lost yesterday, came down to the wire. What did you see in the fight from the guy?
Game with our at-bats early, I didn't think we made some adjustments, got away from our approach a little bit. Unfortunately, it was a little too late for us, but I thought the pitching staff was really encouraging to see a couple new guys out there, and as a whole, they threw the ball really well. Yeah,
absolutely. And last time you guys were here, the weather was much different than today, and kind of another one of those weird games where the offense didn't get things going. How do you is there any adjustment you make, or is that kind of just like a, you take it as any other game type of thing and not so much just being here?
Yeah, I think we just take each day as it comes. Hopefully today is a little bit better. We talked about having an approach, having a good plan going into the box tonight. No matter who we're facing, it's always going to be a challenge for us. So hopefully we're up for that challenge tonight. We're just glad that the sun's out rather than last time when wind was blowing like crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And take it back to yesterday. Grant Stevens made his first start for the Hawks, pitched really well. You went out to talk to him at one point in I believe it was the third inning. Was that kind of just see how he was doing first time pitching in a while, and he ended up getting out of that?
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that he was okay and comfortable with where he was at, pitch count wise. First time he was off the mound, like you said, in a while. And so we just wanted to make sure that he was comfortable with facing one more guy. And he said, yeah, absolutely, Coach. I'll finish the inning right here, and he did. So I was really happy with the way he threw the ball and looking forward to seeing him down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you lose Galan yesterday, going to the Rays, and get a couple of the new guys coming in. What do you see from them that makes you excited for what they can bring to the Harbor Hawks?
Yeah, I think both of them throw strikes, which is good, and I think they do a really good job of commanding multiple pitches. And so we're going to try to get their feet wet here in the next couple of days. Looking forward to seeing both of them out there, and we're going to need them down the stretch here as we kind of get ready for the playoffs and everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Sideline reporter Josie Broyles here with appearance on the mound on the Cape. How are you feeling after yesterday? I know the game didn't turn out as well as we have hoped for, but how are you feeling personally about your performance?
Felt good. Happy to get out there and pitch for the team. It was really fun.
Yeah. And I know you have a fresh set of eyes kind of looking at the team. What really stood out to you about the Hawks' performance yesterday?
The defense, and even though we didn't really put up a whole lot of runs, our approach was still pretty good and hit a lot of balls hard.
And I know you just got here Friday, you said. What does it mean to you to play on the Cape for the first time?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like a dream come true. I mean, every college kid wants to play here, and getting a chance to play here is a really, really fun opportunity, and, yeah, just a dream come true.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ready to start this game off here at our Eldridge Park, and it's a Harbor Hawks lineup that is looking to get back on track.
Yeah, it's a lineup that has a lot of firepower and looking to try and reignite it. It leads off with Kane Kepley, the Cape Cod Baseball League leader in walks. Alex Lodice follows behind him. Dalton Bargo in at the 3-hole. Michael Natalo in the cleanup spot, the first base from Dallas Baptist. You can go check out Diamond Treats. That was posted today. Very good interview with him. Cannon Peebles behind him. He's getting his first opportunity behind the plate as the catcher. Anthony Silva coming off his birthday yesterday. Mason White, Carson Bowles, and Josh Tate rounds out the Harbor Hawks lineup to go up against a man in Brennan Siever that is the real deal.
Yeah, they'll say mahalo to Brennan Siever, number 35. Working the SEC, Vanderbilt Commodore. Once again, fastball, slider, changeup guy. This will be his 6th appearance, 2nd start of the summer for the Firebirds.
He winds and deals outside with the fastball for the first pitch of the game, and we are underway here in Orleans, Massachusetts. Kepley fouls the ball off left side. Kane Kepley on pace for 47 walks this season. Just a remarkable number. Has gotten on base better than anyone in Cape Cod. Pitch at the knees for a strike. You're going to see a lot of two-seam arm side run from Brennan Sieber with that two-seam fastball as he spikes the changeup in the dirt.
Yeah, and Sieber's going to be a guy who goes over his head. You know, you see the old classic, over the head, gets his timing, finds his rhythm, meets the leg and the hip together midway.
1-2 to Kepley, grounded on the ground towards first base. Gurovich fields and steps on first for the 3 unassisted.
And it's going to be the changeup right there that got Kane Kepley off balance, and he really loves that changeup. Has a really good arm slot for it. He kind of comes not straight over the top, but not 3/4, and that changeup falls in right behind the fastball, and that one catching Kane Kepley just a little bit off his front foot.
And now Alex Lodis out of Florida State fouls a pitch off of the catcher today, Bennett Markinson. He'll take a moment.
And when you watch Sieber and you watch like Power 5 baseball, and especially teams like Vanderbilt, it's a lot of 97, 98 arms. But Sieber, on the other hand, he's going to be a guy who's low 90s, 91, 92, 93, and he had 23 appearances for the Commodores this past spring. Did get 1 start, but 42 2/3 innings. So a guy now who's not going to overpower you with the velo, but has great stuff behind it and has great command of all 3 of his pitches.
Sieber winds and deals to Lodi's. Pitch on the outside corner, quickly 0-2. Sieber's put-away pitch to righties is that slider that falls out of the zone, tunnels it so well with the fastball, and there it is.
Try to use it as a chase pitch that much, not as believable as he would have liked that to be.
Pitch to Lodi, slider waved and missed. Make that a changeup. And Lodis goes down swinging. 2 outs quickly.
Good work on the outer part of the plate there to have Alex Lodis extend out to go try and swing for it. Unable to go over and get barrel on it, and he's sent back to the dugout, and Sieber's trying to work a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the first.
Now Dalton Bargo the first, as Dalton Bargo will get hit by the first pitch. Right across the back toe. And Bargo will be on base here with 2 outs.
And now for Milo Talo, he stands in, and for Hyannis, you want to strike early. That is when they have played their best baseball.
Talo watches the fastball narrowly miss the outside corner.
And for them, they can get on and top. They're allowed to be a little more aggressive, and Mitch Character, a very aggressive third base coach, and when he has a little bit of a run cushion, he really dives into it.
Talo hammers a ball into deep left field. Going back is Barr, and he will range under it in left center to make the catch. So Hyannis strands 1 at first base on the hit by pitch, but Sieber through the first inning clean. We go to the bottom of the first. Knotted up at 0.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Stepping onto the bump for the Harbor Hawks is the grad student from Michigan State, Aaron Meshulam.
Yeah, the grad student out of Michigan State, 6'3". And this will be his first start of the summer. He's had 5 appearances, but it's all been of short outings. He has, again, 5 appearances, only 7 innings of work. So he's pretty much going 1, maybe 2 innings so far this summer. Gets his first nod and the start for the Harbor Hawks this summer.
Meshulam was scheduled to start the last time these two teams were supposed to face each other. And typically when a guy gets scratched like that, they would just go the next day. But they saved him all the way until the next time they were going to face Orleans, which of course is today. And Meshulam will be going against an Orleans Firebirds lineup that has struggled at times this season, but starting to get things going a little bit.
And for tonight, they'll get things going with Hudson Shoup, the second baseman. Chris Barr behind him, the center fielder who made that fly out to end the top of the first. Jack Gurovich, first baseman, who's been here all summer for the Firebirds, in at the 3-hole. Isaac Waxman is behind him. Landon Moran. Lorenzo Miola, who's coming off a 3-2 homer yesterday in the Firebirds contest. Mike Mancini, designated hitter. Behind him is the third baseman, Daniel Bucciero. And at third, Bennett Markinson, the catcher.
So Meshulam will be going from the stretch for the first batter, Hudson Shoup. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Shoup has been the most reliable hitter for the Firebirds so far this season out of Gonzaga. 307 batting average, 373 on base. .1-0 clips the inside corner, 1-1, 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Former Meshulam does a great job being able to command the zone and be ahead. That what Mitch Carricker echoes to all of his pitchers continuously: be ahead and be in front.
Pitch just misses outside. 2-1.
Yeah, if you work ahead, you stay ahead, and you always get more comfortable. And if you're in pitchers' counts, it's allowing you to open up the arsenal to whatever you want and be able to work corners.
A slider clipping the outside corner. 2-2. Shoup, the Gonzaga Bulldog, typically known for their basketball program, but baseball there has been on the rise recently as that pitch is outside, full count.
Yeah, making it all the way to the WCC semifinals this year, Gonzaga did, and it's a West Coast conference that's starting to gain a little bit of pop in their bats, and some great players are starting to make their way into the conference, and in so having Gonzaga be able to make a run.
3-2 is outside. Shoup is on base as the first batter. The first runner for the Firebirds.
It's going to be Shoup's 8th walk of the summer, and Meshulam just in that first AB didn't quite have the greatest command. He saw some fastballs miss middle, and one backdoor breaking ball, but a lot of his fastballs so far haven't had the release point quite yet.
So it's the newly established Firebird, Chris Barr, who swings and misses at the high fastball. Barr doesn't have a hit yet on the summer, but had an outstanding season for Army, hitting .341, a .446 on base percentage.
What the cool thing is about Service Academy is they have to go do their summer service.
As Barr bunts the ball foul back into the netting behind home plate.
So on top of being an all-star athlete and to go to a Service Academy, have to be all-star in the classroom as well. So in that situation, he's got to keep his baseball up while being on his summer service, which is a huge task to try and keep up with both entities.
Pitch outside to him. We saw it Chris Barr out of Sarasota, Florida, may have been snubbed for a All-Patriot League team. His teammate Derek Berg, former Cape Leaguer as well. Pitch just misses the outside part of the plate, 2-2.
And so far, it's that fastball from Meshulam, missing arm side. We've seen him miss a couple times already in this ball game. Again, still early, but look for him to try to center back up and keep that shoulder in.
The 2-2 is right there, and Chris Barr goes down looking. There's out number 1 of the first inning.
And it's a great job. Once again, you talk about using a pitch that gets away from you for your own good. That fastball missing away. He's going to put that slider in right behind it, freezing the left-handed hitter Chris Barr, and gets a strikeout looking.
Doesn't get any easier, though, going up against Jack Gurovich, batting .239.
Yeah, .239, but .341 on-base percentage. 9 RBIs on the season, so doing it when it counts most. It's an Orleans team that has scored by far the fewest runs on Cape Cod. Falmouth is 9th at 123, and then 41 behind them. As that pitch in there for a strike, Orleans has 82 runs. So you see the numbers for Orleans, not a whole lot of RBIs across the board. That's just because they have not been producing.
But it's been their pitching staff in their wins that have really been dominant.
Pitch up to Gurovich, 2-1. Make that 1-2. Meshulam lifts the leg and deals. Hit high in the air, fairly deep to left center field, ranging back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Jack Gurovich just poked that ball into left center field, and it just kept carrying over the head of Josh Tate. It's a 2-run home run from the UC San Diego product.
Gurovich really showing off the opposite field power there. Again, just seemed to flick his hands, go the other direction. That ball just carried completely, hitting the netting on the top over there in left center field. That's a beautiful swing. Again, just using his hands, getting extended through the zone, and just flicked his hands, and that ball just carried.
Did a good job of getting his hands out in front of it, pushing it down and deep into the hole, and you talk about it, that's a 350 homer right where he hit it.
And now this one hit well into deep left field. Carson Bowles ranging back and making the catch a few steps in front of the left field fence. There is little to no wind today, so that is not a factor. It is quite warm, though, and humid, so the ball will carry.
Humidity's supposed to break tonight. I'm hoping for that.
You a little warm, Jacob
Fanning
Hines?
off.
Yeah, we've been sitting here baking in the sun all pregame, with the sun just beating down on us since it comes right by the foul pole.
Change up outside.
So, Jacob, I have a question for you. So we've seen what happens when you get cold. We've seen the progress. Is there anything you do to prepare on a hot day? We've seen the vest, seen the long sleeve, and we've seen the hoodie. What does it look like for you on a hot day? We know the sunscreen, but what does that look like for you on a day-to-day basis?
1-0 just low.
For me, I think it's just drink water. That's got to stay hydrated.
Good.
No.
Sure.
Sadly, when you're hot, you can't really do all that much because you can't take off clothing. So can't add on like when you're cold.
It's up for debate. Foul ball straight back.
Whole lot of sunscreen, though, right?
Whole lot of sunscreen. Matt Coates brought out an invention I have not used since middle school. The sunscreen stick. That was the way to go. I think I might have to go to Target tomorrow and invest in that.
Not a sponsor, by the way. 1-1 hit high in the air. Another fly ball. Bowles ranging in. He'll call off Tate and make the out. So they get 3 outs, but not before 2 runs come across on a opposite field home run from Jack Gurovich. It's 2-0 heading into the second inning.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Brennan Cyber back on the mound for the Firebirds, and he'll face Cannon Peebles to lead off this inning. And in the bottom of the first inning, Jack Gurovich hit a 2-run home run to take the lead for the Firebirds that had us all in shock.
Yeah, that ball just seemed to carry and, again, just seemed to flick his hands the other way. And once I saw Josh Tate take off running, all I could see was his numbers running straight back, I realized how far that ball carried.
First pitch runs in on Peebles, almost an identical hit by pitch to his college teammate Dalton Bargo. So 2 hit by pitches for the Harbor Hawks. Are there 2 base runners today?
Now brings up Anthony Silva, coming off his birthday yesterday. Family's in attendance once again tonight. He's trying to show out for them.
As Silva hits one well down the right field line in the air, but it will not be hit well enough for Landon Moran to run out of room as he makes the catch a few steps before the right field wall.
Well struck ball that kept pulling Moran deeper and deeper into the right field corner and just kept carrying and all the way about a foot away from the wall with his hand back on and made the grab. It was a good carry from Anthony Silva. Just couldn't get it that extra couple of feet.
So now Mason White, the power-hitting left-hander, at the plate for the Harbor Hawks. Pitch outside, 1-0.
Last time we were here, we saw Mason White pull a line drive that snuck over the wall, 314 down the right field line. Again, strong pull side hitter. Pretty short corners here at Eldridge Park.
Pitch well outside. Fastball running a little bit too much on Cyber.
And there's a place he feels comfortable playing and played with the Brewster Whitecaps a season ago. White did in the Eastern Division, coming to Orleans 3 times.
Pitch low and away.
In the lineup all 3 times. So been able to find success here, and for him looking to try and find that success in a big spot tonight for Hyannis as they're already down.
3-0 pitch to White. Clips the outside corner. Three and 1. Mason White likely getting a fastball from Cyber. And a ground ball towards the right side, fielded by Shoup onto first for the out. Cannon Peebles will move to second base. And Carson Bowles will have a runner in scoring position for the first time today for the Harbor Hawks.
And it was Peebles getting a very good secondary that allowed him to get the good jump. It looked like it could have been a double play, but once Shoup was able to retrieve it over at second base, hard to slide in to second base safely. The only play was to first base.
Peebles kind of screened Shoup a little bit on the ground ball, made it hard for him to charge it as the slider buckles bowls a little bit, 0-1.
Yeah, that slider has so much movement. That's the first time we've seen it throw it first pitch to a righty.
Swing and a miss from Bowles, 0-2.
Back-to-back sliders, both used in different scenarios. That one, first one was a get me over. That one used as a chase pitch, threw it down low.
No balls, 2 strikes. Carson Bowles looking for his first hit as a Harbor Hawk. He won't get it here as the changeup drops below the bat for the K. And the Harbor Hawks go 1, 2, 3, 4 as we'll head to the bottom of the second inning.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's our game. We know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Bottom 2, Firebirds still have the 2-0 lead as Aaron Meshulam will go out for his second inning of work.
Yeah, and in his first inning had that one fister home run from Jack Gurovich that got over the left field wall. He's going to try and shut down the Firebirds here and not allow them to add on to their 2-run lead for Meshulam. Doing exactly what you thought he would do, hammer the zone. It's the question of how does he deal with an Orleans team that is really aggressive in on the zone.
So Meshulam finishing off his warm-ups, and that will bring up Landon Moran. Make that Lorenzo Miola. Miola out of Stetson University, New Jersey native. Pitch low and away. Miola, right-handed hitter. Orleans rocking their white home uniforms with the black sleeves, red numbers. Pitch in there for a strike. And Hyannis back again with their road blues, orange lettering, and gray pants. Pitch to Miola freezes him, but just misses off the outside corner.
And for Meshulam, it's been that fastball. It's gotten away from him more often than not. It's that breaking ball that really centers him back into the strike zone. First pitch was a fastball, missed away, and then that breaking ball in for a strike.
Miola watches that pitch miss outside as well. Miola, a member of the Bergen Metros in the Atlantic Collegiate League last summer. Hit .323 there. Not quite the same success yet this season as that pitch is in there for a strike. A late call from home plate umpire Matthew Newman.
Third base umpire yesterday for Hyannis.
And a foul tip, not quite secured by Cannon Peebles. It hit the dirt before he had a chance at it.
And that breaking ball obviously fooling Miola. That one way down, almost into the dirt, and Miola went down to chase it. Great job by Meshulam to switch it up there as Miola was expecting fastball.
So a full count now. Miola hits a high fly ball. That is a big league pop-up into shallow center field. Josh Tate will range in to make the play, and there's one out.
And we made the comment last time we were here at Eldridge Park. Such a unique field dimension of Eldridge Park. You look at 314 down the right field line. It's around 300 to the left field line, 350 to left center field. Deepest part of the park, 434 to center. Then it works back at 359 in the right center field gap, and then 314 down the right field line. It is a spacious center field.
It is, and that's one of the beauties of the Cape League as the first pitch outside. Going to get a wide variety of field dimensions. Orleans Park certainly being one of the most unique. Squaring to bunt. That time is Mike Mancini. Pulls it back, and it's called a strike.
Yeah, 91-mile-per-hour fastball just catching the bottom part of the zone.
Mancini out of JMU. A really impressive second baseman, one of the better ones in the country. Pitch in the dirt. A very good defender.
For Mancini, coming here, trying to liven the bat. Batting 192 so far throughout the summer.
Ground ball left side. It's going to be Anthony Silva who fields it smoothly and tosses on to first base for the second out.
And for the infield, Silva with a very nice, smooth play there. And when you look at that middle infield, you have Anthony Silva and Alex Lowe, these two of the smoother shortstops in all of college baseball. It's going to be peanut butter and jelly up the middle. Two guys who are great defensive. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
A lot of fun indeed, Nico Sharp. To the wealth of experience and players that are able to play in those middle infield positions that Hyannis is able to rotate through.
Slider low and away to Daniel Bucciero. Bucciero in the Atlantic 10 Conference at Fordham. Now looks at a strike on the outside corner.
Did you know the A10 is the home to 3 out of the 4 Division I mascots at our Rams?
I did know that, actually.
I was going to say, you're the UMass A10 guy.
Yeah. You got VCU. You got Fordham. You got Rhode Island. I guess they should have spaced them out a little bit. Is that pitch low?
Can you name me the 4th?
Gonna have to take a minute, I think. Of Division I schools?
Division I. There's only 4 Rams. 3 of them in the same conference. Can you name me the one that's away?
2-1 count has popped up, foul out of play on top of the hill here on the right-hand side. The other Ram.
San Angelo Rams, you know, that's D2 Lone Star Conference. Bet you didn't know that one.
I did not. That one I can safely say I did not.
Bucciero gives one a lift to deep center field, but Josh Tate has plenty of grass back there. We'll get you the answer to what that other Rams team is when we come back here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the third inning, Josh Tate to lead things off for the Harbor Hawks as the 9-hole hitter. Now, Jacob, you asked the question.
I did.
The fourth Rams team not in the A10. I don't think I got it. Oh, I just got it. I think I heard from the other broadcast booth. Colorado was mentioned.
Yeah.
The Colorado State Rams.
Correct. Way to go, Josh. Way to get some help from Dylan Pescator and Ian Nicholas.
And that was completely by accident. They're having a separate conversation over there. And that just sparked something in my brain. That was at the buzzer as Josh Tate takes a pitch high.
I will give credit to Dan Bottolino, who got it right away.
Good work.
Our producer. Big props to him.
Tate fouls one off. Barehanded grab by Kane Kepley in the on-deck circle.
If you want more Dan Bottolino, you can listen to Hawks Legends. New podcast episode is out. He's talking to the 2011 Hawks, Scott Firth, who had the fourth lowest single-season ERA with Hyannis.
Pitch inside, and who wouldn't want more Dan Bottolino?
Who wouldn't?
Should be a good one. Really excited about it. Got to talk to Dan a little bit earlier about it, and he was super excited about the episode coming out, so I can't wait to get my eyes on that one.
Josh Tate takes inside. Tate grounds one left side. Easy play for Bucciero, who catches the speedy Tate running down the first baseline hard by half a step.
And any ground ball in the infield is no easy play with Josh Tate flying down the first base line. Already has 4 infield hits on his summer. So that's a guy who absolutely puts pressure on the defense on any routine ground ball that they may field.
Kane Kepley squares to bunt, fouling it off, 0-1. Daniel Bucciero playing third base is shaded to the 5-6 hole. So Kepley thought he'd have some room there to get a bunt down. This time not squaring. Pitch outside, 1-1. Cyber still out there for his third inning of work. Has looked real sharp so far as Kepley chops one right side. Shoop running to his right side and makes the play for the second out.
And for Cyber, he's doing it and being very efficient, going right after these Harbor Hawks hitters. Only 30 pitches. That was his 30th right there. 17 strikes. And so far, the Harbor Hawks only getting on via the first pitch, hit by pitch, with 2 of them, 1 to Bargo and 1 to Peebles.
Alex Lodi's fouling the first pitch back. And it feels like that's the scouting report on Hyannis right now. If you pepper the zone with strikes, that is your best chance of beating them because they are going to work walks like nobody else. Pitch inside 1-1 after a foul ball on the first pitch.
They're a lineup that makes you pay 1 through 9, and so for Hyannis, going to have to swing the bat and try and do it themselves.
Chopper over the Hyannis dugout as it'll rest on top of it, 1-2.
It's the Harbor Hawk team that does the little things right. They find ways on the way can. Hit by pitch, singles, stolen base, and then a timely hit. You know, it's going to be manufacturing runs in all the little ways possible.
It's a 3-man infield on the left side as Lodi fouls one straight back. Talking to the Orleans broadcasters, and they were talking about how Orleans shifts as much as anyone on Cape Cod. Seeing it here. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
It's going to be them and the YD Red Sox that I've seen shift the most, that really use their scouting and the analytics team to really find out what the hitter's tendencies are.
Lodis, a ground ball just foul on the third base side.
And unlike Major League Baseball, the shift is very much in play here in the Cape Cod Baseball League, so coaches trying to use it to their advantage. But then with the skill level of these Hyannis batters trying to go the other way.
Lodi's chopper left side, cutting off. Shoop is Lorenzo Miola to throw over to first just in time, as it's an athletic grab by Jack Gurovich on the slightly wild throw. And that is the third out of the inning. Before we go to break, we've got Josie Broyles waiting for more.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I was able to catch up with Grant Stevens, whose first time on the mound was last night for Hyannis, and he was telling us and a couple of other interns about that. When he actually got the call to come to the Cape, he completely quit his job back home in architecture because this has really just been such a dream of his since he was a kid. So the commitment is crazy for this guy. And walking around the field with him today, he was telling me a little bit about his living situation, that Galan was his roommate before he left, and that he loved that because they actually went to high school together and played high school baseball. So that was a fun kind of full circle moment that I was able to chat with him about today, and I just thought that was great. You know, you never really know who you run into on the Cape, either old lifelong friends or guys who become lifelong friends. So just sweet story from Stevens today before the game.
Thank you, Josie. Yeah, Stevens looked quite sharp yesterday against Falmouth. He had all the pitches working for him.
And for Grant Stevens, got to see his high school best friend get drafted, get that call. That's an opportunity you don't get all that often, but with Hyannis in need of arms, they reach out to Grant Stevens. He comes up, high school teammates here, and while he is on Cape Cod, his high school teammate and Andre Scalon gets the phone call from Tampa Bay that he is now selected to be a Tampa Bay Ray, one of those cool experiences that they'll have for the rest of their lives and be high school teammates with.
Yeah, from both of them from Franklin High School in Elk Grove, California, and once we found out Grant Stevens came up, I was prepping them, and on our OneNote document we have all the players listed, and I happened to click Andre Scalon and hit new tab, copied his information as a template, and I see the same high school, the same town. I was like, that can't be right, and I look into it, I was like, oh my God, these guys were teammates. So pretty cool to see, and great to come all the way across the country and play with one of your friends from high school.
And in his debut, had a great outing against the Commodores. 3 innings, no earned runs, didn't allow any free passes, 3 strikeouts. So he was part of a lot of zeros that we saw in last night's matchup.
And here in the bottom of the third inning, it'll be Bennett Markinson out of Northwestern with the first at-bat, taking the first pitch low and away. Markinson had a breakout year as he takes the pitch low and away again, 2-0. At Northwestern, he hit over 330.
And found his way on every single time. Almost he came up in the last matchup against the Harbor Hawks.
I believe he was 2 for 2 in that game with 2 walks. Gets on base constantly. Now he's got another on-base opportunity here with 3 balls. And looks at that pitch at the knees for a strike.
Former Shulam did a good job in that second inning after allowing the 2-run homer in the first to settle in, trying to continue that right now.
As Markinson works the walk on base to lead off the third inning.
Again, working the walk, and it's going to be Meshulam's breaking ball. It's been working for him. Tries to use that one down low. Markinson having great pitch recognition, leaves that one low and gets the free pass.
So back to the top of the order, Hudson Shoup, who led the game off with a walk. The left-hander up at the plate, Markinson leading off first base. Pitch low and inside. Nice job by Peebles to keep it in front of it.
And for Meshulam, you'd like to see the strike percentage be a little more up. It's at 50% right now. Has 21 strikes and 42 pitches. So right about 50% is that strike ratio. So really would like to see him go right after the Firebirds hitters.
1-0 chopped over the head of the on-deck hitter, Chris Barr. Barr almost had an opportunity to make a Ken Kepley-like play.
And only allowing 1 hit. It was the Jack Gurovich's opposite field home run. So only hit that we've seen in this ball game.
1-1 to Shoop in there for a strike. Meshulam really picking at corners so far today. As that is a chopper that gets in on the hands of Shoop. Beautiful play by Alex Lodi's, ranging to his left, making the throw on the run for the first out.
You talked about it earlier, Nico Sharp, how this middle infield is so smooth, and for Alex Lodis, ranging over to his glove side, back by the first baseman, DeTalo, deep into the hole, has to hit B button to get the spin move to come out and deliver the throw, and it's just looked so textbook and didn't rush it. Everything looks so clean.
Hard ground ball right side. Michael DeTalo fields and steps on the bag for the second out. Bennett Markinson moving to third base that time. So he's 90 feet away, but 2 outs for the Harbor Hawks.
Great job by Meshulam to go right back in, and since that 2-run home run, he's really taken Taylor Swift's advice and shake it off, got right back in there, and so far has had a lot of success when attacking these hitters.
So now you've got Jack Gurovich up, who hit the home run that broke the 0-0 tie in the first inning. He squares to bunt, cannot get it past Meshulam. Meshulam will make a wild throw to first base, and it gets past DeTalo. Just cannot pick it up out of the dirt. Doesn't go far enough for Gurovich to advance, but Bennett Markinson comes home to score. It's 3-0 Firebirds.
And a perfectly placed bunt from Gurovich. He hits the long ball, been swinging it well, and then drops that bunt right there. Such a tough play for Meshulam to have to make a pirouette throw, spin. That one short hops Michael DeTalo, and DeTalo just cannot come up with it. And Gurovich gets another RBI.
So it's Isaac Walksman with 2 outs, taking a big hack at that fastball, and it's blown by him 0-1. Walksman 0 for 1 today with a fly ball. It was a deep fly ball to left field that Carson Bowles made the catch right before the wall. Pitch just misses.
It's been a good job by the Firebirds. Kelly Nicholson going for the 2-out bunt there, going for that call. Did a good job of.
Walksman hammers the ball down the left field line. It gets down and goes to the wall. Rounding second and standing up at third base is Jack Gurovich. It is a stand-up 2-out double for Isaac Walksman.
Just a good swing from Walksman, and sends that one down the line. Fastball up in the zone, goes up and get it. Pulls it just staying fair down the left field line, and here with 2 outs, the Firebirds are still threatening.
All started with the Bennett Markinson walk. Then you get 2 quick outs, and all of a sudden you have your 3-hitter who hit a home run in his first at-bat, squaring to bunt with 2 outs. Caught Aaron Meshulam and the Harbor Hawks off guard, and now you've got 2 ducks on the pond for Landon Moran.
Moran has 4 RBIs on the summer, hitting .238. So far in 6 games for the Firebirds.
Moran looks at the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Meshulam dealing right at the feet, 1-1.
And Peebles going out there to have that conversation. Settle down his pitcher. Just got to find one more out. And a big spot right now. You want to not try and allow this run to get to 4.
A capper off the end of the bat. Rolls right to Dalton Bargo, who will throw it into the Hyannis dugout.
Meshulam now having 53 pitches, has had an extensive half inning. If he wants to elongate throughout this game, look for him to go right after.
Pitch just missing low. Cannon Peebles trying to bring that pitch back up. Couldn't get the call.
First time seeing Peebles behind the plate this summer. A guy who talked to Jackson West, and he said he's just that Peebles is just a mastermind behind the plate.
Rope down the first base line, and the first base coach for Orleans has to get dirty to keep his head on top of his neck.
Very athletic.
Yeah, gotta be.
Movement.
It's gotta be athletic as a base coach. Always have to be locked in. Can't be wandering off into the day.
2-2, 2 outs. A foul ball cranked foul. Cranked out of play, I should say, down the first base line over the Orleans dugout. Moran was very early on the slider. The 2-2 again. Taken outside. Peebles cannot quite bring it back.
And Moran's having a great at-bat. So far, this will be his 8th pitch coming up, and he's fouled off a lot of tough pitches on the outer half of the plate, and that one just missing away, so great plate recognition.
Full count is in there, strike 3. So Aaron Meshulam gets out of the jam, but Orleans picks up another run. They're leading 3-0 going into the 4th.
Your future begins at Dean College. Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Harbor Hawks chasing 3 right now in the 4th inning, as still out there for the Firebirds is the pitcher Brennan Cyber. Bargo chops one down the first baseline, foul.
And the Harbor Hawks find themselves 3 runs down, and it's been the tale of 2 teams. You have the big, strong Hippopotamus 11-2 at home, and then you have the sheer of themselves, almost like a puppy dog, 4-8, and they look for them to break out here, but they haven't been able to find it on the road so far.
Yeah, on the road it has been a struggle for Hyannis, but in the confines of McKeon Park, like you talked about, they've been dominant. It's just really been on the road trying to figure out a rhythm that works for them. Today, taking a different approach, going for the show-and-go approach.
Another foul ball for Dalton Bargo. Bargo, the left-hander, trying to find some success for the Harbor Hawks as they are still hitless through 3.
Yeah, only finding a way. He was one of the two that's found their way on. It was via the hit by pitch for Bargo.
As a big cut and a miss from Bargo. Strikeout for Cyber, out number 1.
That was such a good pitch. Slider missing inside on the plate, but that one starting middle. Dalton Bargo, the left-handed hitter, took a big swing, and that one just cutting in right on the hands, diving off the plate. Such a good pitch there to send Dalton Bargo down swinging.
Michael DiTallo dances out of the way of the first pitch, 1-0.
Cyber, that's his 3rd strikeout of the evening.
Michael DiTallo putting together a really nice case to be an all-star. That game will be played at Gov Fuller Field July 27th. 2-0 DiTallo, a high chopper, left side, fielded in fair territory by Bucciero, and on to first for the second out.
And Cyber's command has just been absolutely amazing so far. It's been really good working in and out. You see a fastball in on the hands at 88 miles per hour, having so much arm side run, jamming Michael DiTallo right there. Wasn't able to get the barrel out front. Hit that slow chopper. Nice play by Bucciero.
And when Cyber's on his A game, that's what he does best. He works inside on right-handed hitters' hands and makes them ground the ball into the dirt as Cannon Peebles looks at that pitch low for ball 1. The sun setting over the hill out in right field. Cannon Peebles takes a strike.
It is blazing right into our eyes over here. And this is why you invest in sunglasses.
Or you use a good friend's sunglasses as that pitch in there for a strike. Shout out Gabe Applebaum, my UMass Minuteman colleague. Pitch in the dirt.
So can we just establish why you're wearing them upside down?
What are you talking about? It's a new style.
You're not. Oh, okay.
Peebles just narrowly avoids the 3rd hit by pitch of the game.
And all the hit by pitches have come, or both, I should say, have come to the left-handed hitter, and it's been that back foot slider.
And Peebles will take a look at strike 3 as Brennan Cyber strutting his way back to the dugout. A really impressive 0 put up by him through 4. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Make a difference.
Leave.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our number one goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Lorenzo Miola to lead things off for the Firebirds. They've got a 3-0 lead, and we've got a pitching change for the Harbor Hawks. It's Reed Mooring.
Yeah, Reed Mooring will come in for his 4th appearance of the summer, all coming out of the bullpen. Comes in big spots. Already has 2 decisions. He's 1-1 on the year and has 1 save. Has had 2 opportunities for saves. So comes in later in the game, but we see him here in the 4th inning. So far, again, it's only been late in the game, 1 or 2 innings. 3 appearances already, 5 innings pitched, and he's had a lot of success. 6 strikeouts, only 3 walks. But he comes in here at a different part here and see if he's going to eat up these middle part of the game.
And for Hyannis, they need to eat up these middle innings to have themselves be in a spot that they can go out and be able to get a chance in the batter's box. Once again, so far today, the bats have been quiet in a big spot against Sieber, but it's really going to have to decide if they can get Mooring here to go through these middle 3 and quiet them down and keep them within a 3-run lead.
So Miola leading off an inning for the 2nd time today. Mooring working from the windup. Kicks and fires the breaking ball right over the top. 4 strike 1.
And Reed Mooring comes straight over the top, so that 12-6 curveball is going to have so much vertical break, and it's a slow breaker coming at 77 miles per hour.
A chopper right back to Mooring, who will hustle over to first base. Underhand toss to Detallo for the first out.
Good first down, a confidence ensuing out for Reed Mooring, getting weak contact back to him that he's able to successfully deal with.
And he comes into a position where Harbor Hawks are down by 3. He's here in the 4th inning. They're going to try and expect him to maybe extend through this game and get some innings in and try to keep up a bunch of zeros and keep them in the ball game.
Mancini looks at the first pitch. Peebles can't quite snare it. And that's ball 1.
Keeping his pitch count low is going to be so important in elongating his outing tonight.
Mike Mancini fouls the ball off of the pole above the Harbor Hawks dugout. Well behind that fastball.
Yeah, gave it a little bit of a ding, almost like the Liberty Bell sound.
You been to Philadelphia? That's a foul ball.
I have. I've been to Philadelphia. I've seen all the sights. I've also went to Citizens Bank Park, the home of the Phillies. Very nice field.
I have as well. It is a nice field. I enjoyed it. Pitch to Mancini, just misses. Low and away.
It's a great atmosphere over there, too. Got a chance to go there for a World Series game against the Astros, and the atmosphere there is so different. It's like kind of here in Cape Cod League, a lot of people showing out.
Exactly like the Cape Cod League.
A lot of people showing out, and you see here at Eldridge Park, full grass hill down the right field line, and
pitch outside.
And we really saw it in that last game with the mist, that conditions. Still a packed house here at Eldridge Park. They stayed out. It was very windy, the mist blowing right in our face. Not favorable conditions, and the fans here at Eldridge Park, they stuck it out.
Fouled right back to us off the netting.
They showed they are baseball fans through and through, even throughout the conditions.
And Orleans just installed a brand new infield this past spring. As Mancini swings over the top of the changeup for the second out of the inning.
It's a great pitch. That one right below the strike zone as he started that one at the bottom, and that one just died out, 84 miles per hour. And he has a 91 mile per hour fastball, both staying low in the zone. That one just dying off at 84. It's a great pitch from Mooring, and so far he's having great command and has used all of his pitches, and they've working well for him so far.
Bucciero in the right-handed batter's box steps in, buckled by the slider, top of the zone, but called a ball. Mooring. Another breaking ball on the outside corner, this time called for a strike. 1-1.
That first breaking ball, not exactly where he wanted, left it up in the zone. That one flipped back in. Perfectly placed out and away.
Bucciero check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Says first base umpire Mike Rabideau. The 2-1 coming to the Ram. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
And he has that big breaking 12-6 curveball, and it was the slider that he threw right there. Change of direction, very sharp. That one at 84 miles per hour, starting low and away and sliding away, and that one was almost in the dirt away.
And it starts from the same positioning as well, the 12-6 along with the slider.
Another check swing. Rabideau says he does not go again. Peebles prevented that ball from going anywhere in case it was called a strike 3.
Which makes it so tough to figure out where it's going to move, whether it's going to go up to down or left to right.
He's thrown 3 in a row, so we'll see if he goes back to the fastball here at 3-2 or breaks it off once again.
And there's the breaking ball, freezes Daniel Bucciero. It is a 1-2-3 inning, and Reed Mooring making it look easy in the bottom of the 4th.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Making his first appearance for Orleans, it is Caleb Freeman coming in for Cyber.
Yeah, it's going to be his first time pitching for the Firebirds this summer, and he comes with a little bit of a lead, has a 3-run cushion, going to be a sinker guy, comes from a lower arm slot. You see here a little side arm action. The ball's going to have a lot of arm side run, has a slider in behind it, and a good circle changeup that he's shown. Every now and then, it's going to be a 3-pitch mix for this guy, and has pretty solid velo, upper 80s, touches 90 every now and then, but it's really going to stay in that 87, 88 range.
And he'll go up against a very hot bat in Anthony Silva. You look at it over the last couple of games, doing a really good job of finding his swing. Didn't have the start to the summer he would have liked, but over this month of July has been playing really solid baseball.
Caleb Freeman, a 32.40 ERA this past season, but in just 1 2/3 innings. Did not pitch a whole lot, but that really is obviously not representative of what he's capable of. And in 2023, Caleb Freeman, much better, 3.32 ERA as his first pitches outside, 1-0. That one in there for a strike. In 2023, Freeman, 3.32 ERA and 19 appearances, 34-20 strikeout to walk ratio as he sidearms the slider outside.
Yeah, he just pulled that one a little too hard, glove side from the right-hander Freeman. And so far, he went with the fastball right in on the hands of Anthony Silva, but then back-to-back pitches going the other way, and that feeds right into Anthony Silva's swing and approach.
Pitch outside.
Another sharp segment is going to be coming out here soon with Anthony Silva, and he's been swinging the bat well and got to talk about his approach and mentality. Loves to work away, very handsy hitter, and has shown the power even to the opposite field.
Pitch in there for a strike, up to 3-2. And Silva, we saw in even his first at bat, he hit a deep fly ball down the right field line. It was caught a few steps before the wall. His birthday was yesterday. And the full count pitch gets away from Freeman. It's a 6-pitch walk for Anthony Silva.
Yeah, able to work the walk there, and when Freeman was in the strike zone, kind of had Silva off balance. He was using that slider that would start behind him, coming from the sidearm of Freeman, and that one breaking back in. But so far, when he missed, he was missing pretty far away and not quite believable, and Silva works the walk.
Mason White coming up to the plate, taking a strike on the outside part of the plate, and the shift is on for him as well. 3 Firebirds on the right side of the second base bag, and then Bucciero is playing in the 6 hole, just off the grass. Mason White almost wears that pitch. It goes back to the backstop, as that will be a wild pitch from Freeman. Anthony Silva advances to second base. And you've got a runner in scoring position now if you're the Harbor Hawks. Now is your chance to pounce on that opportunity.
And this is an opportunity to pounce on. Leadoff man aboard, and the leadoff now in scoring position for Mason White.
One and one is up and away, 2-1.
For Mason White, we talked about it. had a homer last time these two teams faced off right here in Eldridge Park.
2-1 to White. Big leg kick and fouled off. Straight back onto South Orleans Road. Mason White, a massive leg kick. His knee pretty much goes up to the Hyannis lettering on across his chest. As he dances out of the way, Bennett Markinson fires to third, and Anthony Silva is in there standing up. Really aggressive dirt ball read.
Yeah, an aggressive read, and that's what Hyannis needs to do. Be aggressive and get themselves 90 feet away from home. That's how they were able to get 2 runs last night, was by being aggressive and taking advantage of wild pitches and pass balls.
Full count to White. Popped up right over our heads and into the woods behind us. There have got to be thousands of baseballs in those trees right behind us. Years and years worth.
I'd have to imagine. Maybe we're going to send you back there, Josh?
I get poison ivy easily. No thank you. Pitch up and away. Now, Mason White works the walk first and third. If it were golf balls, that would be a different story because, you know, I lose those constantly. I could use some free ones.
Should go golfing with my grandfather.
I'm down.
A ball hawk. If he even sees one poking through, he will go out and go grab them.
I was on the golf team in high school. Now, don't be too impressed. We didn't have enough players to field a full team, so I joined because my friends did as the first pitch is outside. And there would be practices where I just didn't feel it. I just spend the entire time in the woods. I think 3 hours just looking for golf balls.
You didn't even hit a shot?
Maybe here and there. Pitch outside to Carson Bowles, 2-0. We golf for free every single day.
Exactly, so that would be me.
It was like a rainy day. I wasn't feeling it. I think I probably had a bad 2 holes or something, and I was like, my score is gone anyways. I may as well go get some golf balls.
But you're playing to better yourself.
But if it's a rainy day,
enough of that.
if that's
enough
true,
of that.
if that's true, if it's a rainy day, I get it. I understand it.
I was playing for fun. I had fun.
The grind is not there.
So Bennett Markinson goes to check with Caleb Freeman. Settle him down. After the first 2 batters reached via the walk. And the 2-0 pitch is outside.
Here for Bowles, still looking for his first hit of the summer. Activation yesterday that found themselves.
3-0 to Bowles. He has the red light. Pitch down the middle is a strike.
That has Bowles transferring into Arkansas.
Woo pig. Arkansas was a big part of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks culture last year as that pitch inside, and that pitch actually will not count as it is ruled a balk. Anthony Silva will come in to score. Mason White was running on the pitch, and he will just stay at second base. So it will still be a 3-1 count, but Kelly Nicholson making the trip to the mound. And he will make the change in the middle of the at-bat. So Caleb Freeman can't get an out here in the 5th inning. And we'll tell you about the new wing coming in when we come back.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Hey Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
Matthew Dahlquist on to the mound for the Orleans Firebirds, and he will have a runner on second base, 1 run already coming across, and nobody out with a 3-1 count to Carson Bowles.
Yeah, comes in mid-at-bat to the right-hander Bowles, and so far Dahlquist is usually a starter. 3 starts, 1 appearance out of the bullpen. This will be his second one of the summer. 12 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks. And they're going to pull Caleb Freeman mid-at-bat. Really struggled in the strike zone. You saw him walk Silva, walks wide, had a pass ball. So they're going to pull him mid-at-bat and try to limit the damage here and keep Harbor Hawks at 0.
And never easy to come in during the middle of an at-bat, first of all, but coming in with 3 balls already, I mean, gives you very little room for error. So we'll see how aggressive Carson Bowles is here on this first pitch. I expect you're probably going to get a fastball in a pretty good spot to hit it. 3-1 from Dahlquist. He had the green light. He was swinging away, but fouls it off. That was a middle fastball, about as middle as it gets. So Bowles, the 3-2 count. Mason White off second. Ground ball up the middle. It drills Dahlquist in the back heel. He'll throw to first, and it cannot be scooped out of the dirt. Throw home is not in time. Mason White with aggressive base running. Slides in head first ahead of the tag. And it is another run scored for the Harbor Hawks, 3-2.
It's a great aggressive base running from Mason White as soon as Gervich was not able to come up with it on the pick. Quickly rounding third, never stopped his momentum. Very close play at the plate, but just able to get that left hand around the glove of Markinson, and it's going to be a 3-2 ball game.
And Dahlquist, tough play, had to throw it over to first, probably a play he wants back. Threw it into the dirt. As Josh Tate squares to bunt, and it's a beauty. Tough play for Bucciero on the run, and he makes it. Bucciero was quick to come in on that bunt, made the throw practically on the first baseline to get the hustling Tate, but Tate gets the job done. Bowles moves to second base with 1 out.
And Tate has great placement there down the third base line, gets it hung up in the grass. It's Bucciero that gets to it quickly, doing a good job. With Tate's speed, he made that a lot closer than probably what it should have been.
Kane Kepley looks at the first pitch, 1-0.
But nonetheless does his job and able to move Bowles into scoring position for this top of the Harbor Hawks lineup.
And the 1-0 pitch at the knees to Kepley. Kepley looking to get on base for the first time today, 0 for 2. Again, 3 men on the right side of the infield. As the slider is down low, 2-1.
Kepley announcing his commitment to North Carolina yesterday.
3-2 popped up on the infield. Dahlquist under it. He gets called off by Bucciero, who makes the catch just in front of the mound. And there is the second out of the inning as Alex Lodi saunters to the plate.
Still running scoring position for the Harbor Hawks. Lodi's over 2 on the day, but has an opportunity to make his name in the scorebook with a runner in scoring position. Good speed over on second base and Carson Bowles.
Carson Bowles off second. Lodi looks at the first pitch, down and away. Lodi's had the day off last night. Has been a very important piece at the top of the lineup for the Harbor Hawks since he got to Hyannis. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1.
Furlow D started hot, starting to go quiet here, but is really tooled with his swing to allow him to have a strong approach.
1-1 low and in. And again, Orleans, a big shift. 3 on the left side. It's Hudson Shoup who is playing directly behind Carson Bowles at second base. Two 2-1 to Lodi's. In the dirt, nice stop by Markinson.
We talk about it every night, but here at Eldridge Park, it's a deep backstop as well. Ball gets by Markinson, and there's padding, so it won't bounce right back to you. It's going to stay a little dead as well, so got to be big behind the plate if you're Markinson.
3-1, hit in the air into right field, barely moving as Moran to make the catch. So Orleans does get out of the inning thanks to Matthew Dahlquist, but it is the Hawks who strike back with 2 more runs, and we've got Matt Coates waiting for more.
Thanks for that quick, timely send there, Josh.
Hey, it's almost like he's better than Nico Sharp at the throw.
In almost every aspect of life, one might say.
Yeah,
including like throwing a baseball?
Probably.
Oh, wow. Nico's going to have some words for that. But, guys, awesome to see some runs come across in that half inning. But it's really been a tale of 2 Harbor Hawks teams so far this year. When you see the Harbor Hawks at McKeon Park, they are first in the Cape Cod Baseball League in batting average, OPS, and second in slugging. On the road, guys, they are 9th in those same categories. Pretty remarkable to see such a difference in the statistics offensively at home and on the road, which shows when you look at the records. At McKeon Park, 11-2. On the road, 4-8-1. Clearly, these Harbor Hawks might have some comfortability issues when they leave their humble abode in Hyannis. But, guys, today they took some batting practice at home. Maybe that's going to help them tonight. Give us some cardiac Hawks action towards the end of this game. But just something interesting to notice as we're deep in this season, how much these Hawks prefer McKeon Park.
Yeah, they certainly prefer their home cooking. They are trailing 3-2 today, though, so still very much in this game. Thank you, Matt Coates, for that interesting statistic that will be something to keep an eye on as the season continues.
And I think it's another huge statistic that you have to think forward about, in the fact of, with the new playoff format, only having, in this situation, a 1-run, 1 game here in a spot in that first opening round, you got to be the 1st or the 2 seed to guarantee that you're home. And for Hyannis, they got to fight to that 2nd seed with everything they have so that they can have the advantage of being home, a place that they play so well in.
Yeah, we touched it earlier. It's just 2 different teams we've seen, and when the Harbor Hawks are in McKeon Park, they get ahead early and they stay ahead. But whenever they have made the trip on the bus ride, they seem to go quiet, and it's a lot of zeros being put up on the board.
So Bennett Markinson leading off the inning, facing Reed Mooring. Markinson, in his first plate appearance, worked a walk and looks at the first pitch for a ball. Markinson has such a good eye for the strike zone. Maybe got snubbed for a Big Ten all-conference team this past spring. This pitch down in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, batted over 300 for the Wildcats. Was aggressive, got doubles. Played really strong defensively as well.
big coaching change for them this past season, and they found much more success than they've had in the past as that pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 to Markinson. In there for a strike, 2-2.
Morgan's doing a great job peppering the lower part of the zone, really working hard down, not leaving anything up in the zone. And as Morrison's in the 9-hole, but he's been a guy who's been swinging the bat so well in the spring as well as here in summer ball.
Markinson lays off the slider, a chase pitch outside and low. So another full count. Markinson looking to get the leadoff hitter on base again as he pulls the ball down the left field line hard and foul. Really nice job pulling the hands in. Just not able to keep it foul. So Mooring goes fastball on that 3-2 pitch. We'll see what he follows it up with. Breaking ball, did he go? No, he did not. And Bennett Markinson on base for the second time today. The Hawk killer is 6 for 6 getting on base this season.
When he plays Hyannis, he has found himself on first base more often than not, and he has done a good job. But for Orleans, now you have a leadoff man to try and go get a couple runs back after allowing 2 to play.
And a close play at first base as Markinson goes back standing. Mooring checking on him. Bennett not a threat to steal, not very much. Only had 3 steals this past spring. Shoop looks at the pitch outside.
And with Markinson getting on for Mooring, he now has to face the top of this Firebirds lineup.
Shoop high fly ball into center field. It'll be an easy play for Josh Tate. And there is the first out.
And Mooring is peppering the bottom part of this zone and for the Firebirds, and try to stay and keep your hands low and stay long through the zone and work line drives. So easy to try to go up and under to be able to drive that baseball. And he's got a couple fly outs here already and seen it all summer long.
So the first pitch to Chris Barr off the plate. Chris Barr playing in his first game as a Firebird yesterday. Still looking for his first hit, 0 for 7 to start the season. Check over to first base, just barely safe is Markinson.
And Markinson not going back in, sliding. Very close play over at first base. Reed Mooring, very quick feet on the mound.
Pitch just under the knees to Barr, 2-0. Barr struck out his first time up, grounded out to the first baseman, Michael DiTallo, his second time. Reed Mooring, a long pause and then deals low, 3-0.
Yeah, back-to-back pitches just missing low. Again, he's working really hard down, and he's not missing by much, but still just working too low below the knees. Here with only 1 out, got to go right after the Firebirds.
3-0 right down the middle. 3-1.
For Mooring, trying to work out of this half inning. Going up against Barr. If you could get a double play, that would be big. To go up against Gurvich with open bases.
3-1 catches the corner, 3-2. Yeah, as you mentioned, Obviously, the free pass just a big reason in the Cape why teams are able to put up numbers in bunches. Full count popped up, foul out of play, left side. Bar that time behind on the fastball. Line drive right to Datalo, who steps on first base. It is an inning-ending 3 unassisted double play, and coming at a great time. So we'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Hyannis chasing 1 run.
Over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Top of the 6th inning now. Harbor Hawks starting to show some life with the bats. Scored 2 in the top of the 5th inning. And if their pitching can hold, just 1 run away from tying this game as Dalton Bargo is the first man up, taking the first pitch outside.
Yeah, look to keep the momentum up, and it was only 1 hit but 2 walks, staying patient. It's the Harbor Hawks way.
And time called by the home plate umpire, Matthew Newman, and Bargo looks at the pitch in the dirt.
Can't ask for a much more beautiful night here at Eldridge Park. And first 2 times we were here, first time, a lot of rain, a lot of mist.
Yeah.
Then the other one got rained out.
Big swing Bargo, 2-1.
And you look at the night sky here, sun setting down the first base line. Can't ask for a much better night here.
It's a true baseball sky.
Swing and a miss from Bargo right over the top of the fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, that one looked like it might have had a lot of arm side run as that one was away, but it looked like Bargo was really extending as that pitcher seemed to be running away from his bat.
Fouled straight back. Mike Maynard did not flinch. Official title, King of the Writers.
Unofficial writing coordinator.
Yeah, that's a more boring way to put it. Bargo in the dirt. 3-2. What are your guys' thoughts on players wearing their college team's helmets? Bargo rips one into left center field. That will go into the gap, and Bargo will take a big turn around first base. A nice job by Walksman to cut the ball off, and Bargo is held to a loud single.
I don't care what they wear as long as they do a Dalton Bargo gap on the left side of the infield. And it sneaks all the way through by Bucciero and Miola and worked its way into the gap between Walksman and Barr out into the left center field gap, and Bargo's able to get aboard.
So Michael DiTallo fouls the first pitch off. Dalton Bargo, 94 miles an hour off the bat. Do you have an opinion on it, though? I was curious. It was brought to my attention the other day. Someone said they did not like it.
Oh, I don't really. I think it's a cool identifier.
Bargo bluffs a steal, ground ball, a worm burner to shortstop, flipped onto second for one, and then the throw is well high to first base. Michael DiTallo gets back to the bag in time. So what happened there, it was a double play attempt. The runner on second base was out. The throw on to first was well over the head of Gurovich. Went all the way to the right field fence. Markinson thought that DiTallo turned going to second, threw back to first base, and DiTallo was called safe. Honestly, guys, I thought he took the turn to go to second.
And that's the conversation. Did he take the turn with the intention that the ball is out of play? So on top of that, you have to add that into the factor of this conversation between the umpires, between Mike Rabideau and Matthew Newman, the first base and home plate umpire, stepping in there along with their partner, that you got to check to see, did he make enough of an aggressive turn? And they're going to rule here after the conversation, he did not take it as an aggressive turn. And what the turn technically is, if you go beyond the foul line, that is what a turn can be in this spot once he goes past the back.
And technically, Nico, it's just the intent of going to second base. You don't even have to turn. Or you do physically have to turn, but Peebles takes the first pitch up and away.
So, yeah, I learned that back in the spring season when I used to play. Is some guy rounded off after rolling, and then even way in foul territory, made the jump, and then just kind of walked back and was tagged out. And they deemed, yeah, you make the attempt, then you are now going that direction, so therefore you are live in play and you can be tagged out.
Pitch into Peebles is a strike.
And then on that, you have to at least show confidence in the intent. So it can't be a whimsical turn. You have to have an aggressive intent in on top of it as well, so that is not just a force of habit.
Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike.
Yeah, because a lot of people do get confused because you can make the turn back into fair territory and walk back. You know, if you're not making the attempt, then you can walk into 100%. Fair territory, and people will tag him out and say, hey, he's in fair territory. But by rule, if he did not make the attempt, just rounded off and turned around, then you're still good and cannot be tagged out.
And that's
check swing from Peebles. They say he went. Peebles can't believe it. They appealed down to who typically would be the third base umpire, but playing at second base, and he deemed that he went around, and Peebles can't believe it.
Yeah, it looked like Peebles might have been able to hold up there, but again, no umpire down the third base line. Home plate umpire take it on upon himself. Matthew Newman said that Peebles went.
First pitch to Silva, a slider is called. A strike on the inside corner. 2 outs, runner on first base is Michael DiTallo. Anthony Silva today, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Fouled off. Silva was the first run of the day for the Harbor Hawks, scored on a balk called on Caleb Freeman. This game started off with Brennan Cyber pitching 4 no-hit innings. Looked absolutely outstanding. 4 innings, 51 pitches. Silva watched that pitch hit the ground. 1-2.
Infield back in their shift for the right-hander Anthony Silva, and Silva's approach is away, but they've seen enough from him so far this summer and maybe this past spring season at TCU that they're going to have 3 infielders in between third and second.
Hard ground ball towards up the middle. The shift is on, though, and Hudson Shoup fires a rocket to first base for the third out of the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the 6th. But before we do, we've got Josie Broyles waiting alongside
Thanks, Josh.
us.
To make some comments on the game here a little bit. Despite the Firebirds falling a little bit short in the standings right now, they seem to be putting up some good competition for the second game in a row against the Hawks. And I was able to talk to Mitch Carricker last night, kind of talking about these weird games, about them being a little bit hard to put some runs on the board, and we did get 2 this past inning, but he kind of emphasized this plan that the team seems to be falling short on, and really kind of just sticking to the plan and not really acting like themselves the past couple of games, which I found interesting. But the team has been going through a lot of changes, a lot of players in, a lot of players out, so I think it's kind of just adjusting to the new set of guys, the new team that might put them back in a good spot. Once they kind of get a groove going, they might be seeing some better hits from this team, so we'll see how it goes. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Josie, and those Harbor Hawks have another 9 outs to try to get that offense rolling a little bit here on the road in Eldridge Park. If you're just tuning in, Josh Schreiber here alongside Jacob Irons, Nico Sharp, and our 2 sideline reporters, Josie Broyles and Matt Coates, with you all night long here, or as long as this game goes.
I thought you just booked us a ticket to be in Eldridge Park until midnight, Josh.
I mean, hey, we can have a little bit of a slumber party here. I don't know how they'd feel about it, but it'll be a fun experience. What are your plans after this? You got a sleepover in you?
Sure. we'll pull up a cot. Josh Schreiber, you're right there with me, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All righty. We'll be right here all night.
I guess we're here for the night. All
right.
right.
I was gonna say, I thought Nico was just gonna walk out of here scot-free.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't, I can't leave you guys here if we all want to stay here. Maybe sit down here for the night. Beautiful evening.
Yeah.
I'd be more convinced if they had a big jumbotron here or something, or some sort of video board. We could maybe get some NCAA action going. New football game just came out. I mean,
it is legit. That is
Mike Maynard was talking about it. He's approaching a national championship with UMass.
Yeah, congrats to Mike Maynard, able to make a bowl this fall with UMass, and it's going to be an interesting season as year 2 comes around for UMass under Mike Maynard.
There's no one I'd rather have lead my program. So Jack Gurovich leading off the inning for the Firebirds here in the 6th. Reed Mooring out there for his 3rd inning of work. Gurovich hits a ball hard down the left field line. Is it fair? It is not. It tails foul at the last moment, but potential danger there as it will instead just be a long strike 2.
Yeah, in case you saw there, Matthew Newman actually looked over to Jacob Irons for the call there, and that's why he stood up, making the call. So the official call was made by Jacob Irons behind here. So great call. Thank you again, Jacob Irons, for umpire history. So this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, man. Umpiring is on the resume. Umpired in real baseball back at school.
To Gurovich. Line drive into right field. In between DeTalo and Alex Lodis. The throw back to first base. Get Gurovich sleeping, but he dives back safely. So the leadoff runner is on via the base hit.
And Gurovich just keeps finding hits where Harbor Hawks aren't. You look at the homer in the first. Then in the 3rd, it was a gapper between Borgo and Silver to the left side. Now onto the right side, it's the gap between Lodis and DeTalo to the right side of the infield. And just really well-placed hits by Gurovich. And really strong hitting from him.
So the big Isaac Waxman, the cleanup hitter, up now. And he hits a deep fly ball to right field. Kane Kepley will track it down by the line. Tagging is Gurovich. Kane Kepley's throw is cut off by Alex Lodi. So Gurovich heads up base running to tag from first to second here with 1 out.
That is just great base running from Gurovich, and it's not hit that deep, only 314 down the right field line, but that ball fading, taking Kane Kepley away from his throwing side, so he has to plant his feet and kind of make a throw on the run. Great heads-up base running as Kane Cape was sprinting down towards the right field line. Great heads-up base running, now moves into scoring position on second base.
And I also got to give credit to Alex Lodis there. I don't know if King Kepley was intending for the cutoff there, but a good job by Lodis to pick it off before it hit the dirt and spiked in and allowed it to squirt away from Silva on the second base bag. So he does a good job of being able to allow the ball defensively to stay in place.
And Cannon Peebles calls in the entire infield for a mound visit. No coach there, just maybe focusing on a bunt defense right now.
But when you talk about Harbor Hawks killers so far, I mean, Gervich's name has to be at the top of the list. 3 RBIs today, has a home run and 2 base hits and being aggressive on the base pass, and he's had himself a couple of good days against the Harbor Hawks.
First pitch scooped with the backhand out of the dirt by Cannon Peebles, 1-0 to Landon Moran. Moran 0 for 2 today as a fly ball to left field and a strikeout. And this will be another fly ball into fairly deep center field. Getting under it is Josh Tate and making a strong throw to third base as Jack Gurevich will have to stay put at second.
Yeah, Gurevich is having a couple hard steps. That one hit not entirely too deep. Right on center field was Josh Tate, and he got his feet under him, worked behind the baseball really well, and put a strong throw over to third base. And just going to be a fake throw or a fake run from Gurevich to go a couple hard steps and retreated back to second.
So it'll be up to Lorenzo Miola to tack on another run for Orleans here with 2 outs. Jack Gurevich leading off of second base. Miola, the starting shortstop today for the Firebirds, takes the first pitch outside. Or I should say on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 from Mooring. Just misses.
Yeah, fastball missing out in the way, and so far Matthew Newman's put on a clinic behind home plate umpire with balls and strikes, and he has not missed much, and he's been good back there for both sides so far.
One to Miola in the dirt. Another backhanded stop by Peebles.
For Mooring here, if he can make it a 1-2-3-4 inning, that would be huge. Hyannis gets back into the dugout, picks up their bats, which started to show a little bit of life here in this back middle third of the game.
Trying to get back to even is Reed Mooring, the 2-1. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball in the dirt. And he has gotten a lot of chases on that curveball today.
Yeah, it's been that curveball. It's been the difference. That one spiked in front of home plate, but has so much late break and so much vertical movement where Miola took a big swing there, but plays really well off his fastball. Has so much break, so that one looked good and made a good hitter Miola swing at a bad one.
2-2, and he will double up on that curveball. Miola goes chasing. So it is a 1-2-3-4 inning, as Jacob Irons predicted. And we will go to the top of the 7th inning. Hyannis Harbor Hawks still down 3-2.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the 7th inning, we've got another new pitcher in for the Firebirds. It's the left-hander, Max Gitlin.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time he makes his way to the mound for the Orleans Firebirds, and he's going to be a fastball, changeup, slider guy, and his fastball, low to mid-80s, has a lot of arm side run, that two-seam. I mean, it moves the distance of the plate, and that changeup plays really well in behind it, keeps it low in the zone, gets a lot of swing and miss. He's going to play that changeup a lot to the right-handed batters.
Max Gitlin was absolutely outstanding at Clark University, a D3. 3 complete games this past season. Pitch outside to Mason White. He had 1 complete game shutout. Pitching for a strike again to Mason White. And then he also had 2 starts where he went 7 innings of shutout ball. So he was fantastic. ERA under 3. He's behind in the count right now, 2-1. That pitch misses just high. Mason White now in a hitter's count. 3-1. Swing and a miss at the high cheddar.
And it's nothing overpowering from Max Gitlin. It's 84-mile-per-hour fastball right there up in the zone, but he's going to nitpick at these corners.
3-2 right in there, strike 3. Mason White goes down looking for the first out.
And that one just freezes the left-hander Mason White, 85-mile-per-hour fastball up and away. He locates so well. Again, when you have stuff that's not high 90s like a lot of these Power 5s have, Max Gitlin doing so good at commanding the zone, putting it up, down, left, right, working in and out to these hitters.
And Max Gitlin, a guy who is transferring to Northeastern in the spring, I should say in the fall for their spring season.
Max Gitlin spent last summer with the Worcester DA's office.
Pitch outside.
So graduated from Clark with a poli-sci and history degree and wants to go in law.
Pitch up to Carson Bowles, and Bowles is on base. Again, he is 1 for 2 now with a walk.
For Gitlin, taking his college degree and using it in the Worcester Defense Attorney's office a summer ago.
Pretty cool to hear Gitlin using that degree and now pitching in the most prestigious summer ball league. As the first pitch to Josh Tate right down the middle for a strike. Tate looks at the next pitch low, 1-1.
Yeah, it's that changeup right at the bottom of the zone. It's a great take from Tate. That changeup had so much good arm side tilt and dropped right in late.
1-1, Gitlin with a check over to first base. Carson Bowles barely standing off the bag. And Josh Tate fouling a ball straight back, 1-2.
Tate doing a good job of battling here, finding themselves in a tight battle.
Pitch up to Tate. Just above the Hyannis lettering across his chest. And then Tate right back to Gitlin. He stabs it onto second for one, and then the throw by Shoup to first base is not in time. Josh Tate a bit too fast to turn that double play.
There was no way Josh Tate wasn't going to beat that out. Out of the box, every scout should have had their stopwatch out that they have in their pocket, because his pop time out of the box to first was ridiculous. Put his head down and went searching for it.
So Gitlin will have Tate off first base. The Hawks do not have a stolen base yet today. Certainly one of the latest into a game that the Hawks have not had a stolen base. They steal quite a bit.
And Max Gitlin, back-to-back pickoffs over to Tate at first base, and he's going to go with a high leg kick pick over first base. So you see Josh Tate having a very extensive primary lead, but understand that he can get back in standing with that high pickoff over to first base.
And Gitlin just keeps checking on him 3 times in a row now. It's Kane Kepley in the box now. Has not seen a pitch yet. Now he does. It's a breaking ball for a get-me-over strike. Markinson, the catcher, looks to Kelly Nicholson for the sign. Puts down the finger, and Gitlin deals high. One and one to the new Tar Heel. Up and in, 2-1. Kepley has not reached base yet today. Still that is the case. 0 for 3 tonight. And he looks at another pitch. This time a strike, 2-2.
That fastball has so much arm side run, even to the glove side from the left-hander Max Gitlin. That one's starting away and just crept back in and had enough run to catch the outer corner.
2-2 just misses. Off the plate. Orleans dugout wanted it, but they didn't get it. Trackman had that pitch pretty far off the plate, actually. There goes Tate, and it is a strikeout on the foul tip. Markinson squeezes it, and Max Gitlin with an impressive inning, getting the Firebirds back to the plate. So down to the 7th inning, it's stretch time here at Eldridge Park.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Back here, bottom of the 7th inning. Orleans looking to put up some insurance runs, and they're going to have to go against the flamethrower, Drake Meeks.
Yeah, Drake Meeks, high velo guy, comes in for his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen. And so far, 3 innings pitched. And the one thing that's been against him has been the walk. 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, only allowing 2 hits. So when he's in the zone and peppering the zone with that high velo fastball, has a cutter in behind it, also a very sharp slurve breaking ball. So look for him to go right into the zone. And when he's been in the zone, he has been nails for the Harbor Hawks.
When you couple that with being in the zone, and then on top of that, with the velo behind it, it is a dangerous combination for Drake Meeks, the Golden Eagle from Southern Mississippi.
And Meeks coming off Tommy John surgery. Pitched just 1 1/3 innings for Southern Miss this past year. So this summer is really big for him going into his sophomore year. So he will face Mike Mancini to lead off the 7th inning as Meeks loses his footing and does not throw the first pitch, but it doesn't matter because there's no one on base. He lifted the leg, came down, and realized something was amiss. And they're going to call a pitch clock violation on Meeks. So he will not throw a pitch before it's 1-0. The 1-0 from Meeks is ripped down the left field line over the head of Anthony Silva, or I should say Dalton Bargo, and into second base goes Mancini for a sliding double to lead off the 7th inning.
Yeah, it's going to be a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, but that one just sits middle, and Mancini was waiting for it. Uses his hand, sent it right over the head of Dalton Bargo, and it's going to be a leadoff standoff double for the Firebirds.
And that brings up Daniel Bucciero at the bottom of the order. He provides some pop. Mancini will lead off second base. Slider fools Bucciero. Daniel Bucciero, 225 on the year, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. This past year for Fordham, 9 homers, 310 batting average. Takes the pitch at the knees and a 393 OBP. So a 0-2 pitch now coming from Bucciero. High chopper. Alex Lodi's jumps and fires from the backhand for the first out of the inning. Mike Mancini will move on to third base.
Yeah, as a come down, picks through it, made the throw over to first base, and got a runner on third base now in Mike Mancini. 1 out here for the Harbor Hawks. Score is still 3-2. Firebirds lead.
That was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball that Bucciero just beat into the ground as Markinson checks his swing. Cannon Peebles, I think, wore that ball off the shoulder or something. Don't know if it was a cross-up or what happened, but the ball scooted away from him, and Mike Mancini, heads-up base running, is able to come across to score. So now a 2-run lead for Orleans, and Cannon Peebles, yeah, he got crossed up. He's going to go check with Drake Meeks.
Yeah, it's tough to get crossed up by a guy with those 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Yeah. And if you're expecting fastball and he throws an 83 breaker or vice versa, it's kind of tough to be able to react quick enough. That one just scooting away. Luckily, he was expecting fastball as a slider, so I mean, if it could be dangerous if it was the other way. You're expecting breaking ball, and he throws that 97-mile-per-hour fastball. So tough play. That one just scooting by the catcher and Peebles, and Firebirds aggressive base running, score a run, and now lead by 2.
So Bennett Markinson at the plate. It's a 1-0 count to him after the run comes across, and make that 1-1. 97 dotted at the bottom of the zone. Harbor Hawks have yet to get Bennett Markinson out in his 2 games against them. He's 2 for 2 with 4 walks as he swings and misses, loses the elbow guard for strike 2.
Scores 4-2. Here, Orleans Firebirds still lead. Nobody on now for Bennett Markinson. Comes on with 1 out, nobody on.
And the pitch to Markinson, a check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And peel down to first base. Mike Rabideau says he did not swing and didn't look particularly close. So another pitch to Markinson, 2-2. High fly ball. It should stay on the infield. If it stays in play, it does not. No, it does. I totally lost Bargo behind the dugout there. We got a little bit of a blind spot. And Dalton Bargo makes the infield pop-up out. That was in a weird spot where it seemed like, I was a little confused. I saw Anthony Silva and Bargo both with the sleeve on the right arm, and I just assumed Silva was Bargo. And either way, Hyannis gets the out. Markinson retired for the first time, and Hudson Shoup to the plate now. First pitch strike. Oh, 1 pitch to Shoup, swing and a miss, 0-2. That breaking ball just got by him.
Perfectly placed slider, riding on the hands to the left-handed batter, Shoup. He's up ahead in the count, 1-2.
Meeks fires the fastball top of the zone, 96, does not get the call.
And Meeks has come out hot as a curling iron, 96, 97, all high 90s coming out of the box.
2-2 to the left-hander. Pitch in the dirt, comes up and hits Peebles in the face mask. He's all right, though. And so Drake Meeks, see what pitch he goes to here. Fastball blown by him. Hudson Shoup swings and misses for out number 3. Orleans picks up an insurance run thanks to a leadoff double by Mike Mancini, who comes in to score on the wild pitch. Headed to the top of the 8th inning, Hawks need 2 more.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Alex Lodi's to lead things off for the Harbor Hawks in the top of the 8th inning. And it is another new pitcher to the mound for the Orleans Firebirds. Going to be, the Firebirds have just thrown out wing after wing. This time it's Saul Soto out of New Mexico State.
Yeah, it's been one of the arms that's been their go-to so far. This is his 8th appearance already on the summer. 6 2/3 innings pitched. This is a guy who has struggled a little bit with command. 2 strikeouts, 7 walks in 6 2/3 innings. So comes across a very patient Harbor Hawks lineup. So we'll see which Saul Soto we get tonight.
Soto's slider to Lodi's is fouled off. And now, we've had a debate about who has the best uniforms on Cape Cod, and say what you will about whoever you want. Plenty of good ones out there as Lodi's fouls one off, 0-2, but Orleans may have the most unique ones, and the reason is they are provided by Marcus Stroman, now New York Yankees starting pitcher and former Orleans Firebirds, as that pitch low and away to Lodi's, 1-2.
Yeah, I have some pretty cool uniforms tonight. They got the vest, white vest with the black sleeve coming in under it.
Hard ground ball, left side, a high chop that almost eats up Bucciero, but he will throw on to first base for the out. A really nice throw.
Yeah, it was a throw that made that play. Chopper hit right off the chest, and he was able to kind of pin it against his chest, and Alex Lodi's moving very well down the line. It was that strong throw across the diamond, just beating the feet of Lodi's.
So Bargle will come up, and go back to the Orleans uniforms, sponsored by HDMH, height doesn't measure heart. Marcus Stroman's brand is that pitch in there for a strike. And, obviously Marcus Stroman has found his success in the MLB, but you look at what he was able to do with the Orleans Firebirds, never gave up a run in 2 seasons with the Firebirds. Is that pitch high?
I think you would have known at that point that he was going to have
Yeah.
a lengthy career, especially with the talent you face up here on Cape Cod.
Bargo hammers one down the left field line, but foul and out of play. Now, Stroman was out of high school, was highly touted, but there was always questions about him. But went to Orleans, and in total, through 31 innings, at 17 games, ERA 0.00, a K to walk rate, as Bargo breaks the bat and grounds one to first base. Gurovich steps on the bag for the out, and there's 2 down. But Stroman, just 6 walks in those 31 innings and 40 strikeouts. Did not give up a run the entire time. So statistically, tied for being the best pitcher in Cape League history. Pitch misses to Michael Detallo.
It's been a good pitching staff here tonight for the Orleans Firebirds, putting up a lot of zeros against the Harbor Hawks, and Harbor Hawks running out of outs. Down to 4th. They got 2 runs to go. And this pitching staff has really attacked and put pressure on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, not giving up many free passes.
Michael Detallo looks at that pitch outside. Detallo has passed 4 games, 6 for 17. Batting average of .353. Looks at that pitch in the dirt. And we'll leave it there. Detallo hammers one to center field. That is a very deep center field, as we mentioned earlier, though. So able to track it down is Chris Barr for the 3rd out. Michael Detallo gives it a ride, 91 off the bat, 348 in the air, but no can do, as we'll send it over to Matt Coates for the middle of the inning.
Thanks for that, Josh. Guys, we know if we're going to come back and win this game, it's going to be from one thing. That's going to be a resurgence of the Cardiac Hawks. Josh, if we're going to get it done tonight, who you got being the catalyst for us?
You know, I guess for me, top of the 9th inning, it's going to start with the leadoff hitter, Cannon Peebles. We had a couple times at Falmouth where Peebles was the first hitter of the game, and he was able to draw a walk or get a base hit to get on base. So I think it starts with him, and then maybe Carson Bowles has his big moment. I don't know. What do you think?
That'd be huge for Bowles in his second game as a Harbor Hawk to kind of get that defining moment. Because, Jacob, you mentioned it yesterday. This Hawks team is not really one swing away from coming back or making a big leap. So like you said, Josh, if we're going to come back in this game, I think it's with the string. Starts with the leadoff man and Peebles. And, man, I'd love to see Bowles have a signature moment, that's for sure.
I'll give you I think I'm going to have a signature moment for Anthony Silva tonight. I think families in attendance coming up on the latter part of his summer with Hyannis and really has figured out his swing. Give me Anthony Silva to have a marquee moment when we return in the 9th.
I love that, Jacob, and I was very lucky the day I talked to Anthony Silva. His first at-bat after that was a grand slam. You guys saw me jumping for joy on the sideline. That's Nico's guy. That's the Texas boy. Nico, you feeling the same thing? Is Silva going to go crazy?
Yeah, Silva's been swinging the bat well, and I love his approach. But I think they're both going to have to be right for these Cardiac Hawks to be able to mount a comeback. It's going to take the first two in the line. It's going to be Peebles finding a way on it. If Silva can either move him, drive him in, or find a way on himself, it's going to take both for the Hawks to come back in this one.
For sure, Nico, and if we're going to get it, it's going to come with some shutdown pitching first to give this offense a chance in the next inning. I have to agree with you guys. Hopefully we string together a few hits. Hopefully we see a Harbor Hawks victory.
Gotta love getting to talk to Matt Coates here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Drake Meeks back out there for his second inning of work. Really fun to watch his electric fastball from the field side.
Yeah, has that electric fastball. Only gave up the double that would come around and score to Mancini, but after that, it was a 1-2-3 inning for Meeks, and it was only that one pitch mistake that caused the double. First pitch of his outing was the middle fastball, 95 miles per hour, that Mancini was all over it, but from there, has had a lot of success working in and out of the zone.
It's a great time to give you an update of what's going on around the league. We got 3 finals, the other games that were going on this off day Thursday with makeup games across the league.
Pitch up and away to Landon Moran.
As it was Katuitt getting the job done 8-5 versus Chatham. And with Wareham off today, Katuitt now grabs the 1 spot in the West.
Landon Moran ropes a fastball right back up the middle for a base hit. And for the second straight inning against Drake Meeks, it is a leadoff hit for the Firebirds.
And Meeks is a guy who has a high velo, so it causes a lot of hitters to make mistakes. But if you leave it middle, all these hitters are good enough and have seen high velo before. Well, they will turn it around and they'll make you pay for leaving it down the middle. And that's what happened there. 94-mile-per-hour fastball down the middle. We saw Mancini hit a double, and that was a hard ground ball up the middle from Chris Barr.
Then YD back to their winning ways, winning 5-1. And Bourne was able to take care of business against Falmouth in a big game as Bourne had dropped a couple. Falmouth was trying to jump into that 4 spot, but Bourne stiff arms them away.
And the foul ball down the first baseline, scooped up by DeTalo. And running on the pitch was Landon Moran. So he'll head back to first base. Pitch from Meeks fouled straight back into the netting.
It's a big swing from Gervich. That slider up in the way. That was Gervich trying to use his hands, drive down to left center gap, but just fouls that one straight back.
Meeks slide step and fires a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that is just fouled off by Jack Gurovich. Gurovich a home run today. Also two singles. He chops that one right into the Orleans dugout.
Yeah, he already has 3 RBIs on the day and scored across himself via that 2-run home run back in the first.
Meeks fires to first base to check on Barr. Barr got his first hit as an Orleans Firebird last batter. Orleans with a 4-2 lead here in the 8th inning. And a strikeout looking. Gurovich was frozen on the slider outside part of the plate for the first out.
Yeah, perfectly executed backdoor slider there from Meeks to the left-hander Gurovich. Sends him down for the first time today as he's found a lot of success this game, so Drake Meeks perfectly placed right on the outer corner. Cannon Peebles working his thumb down to up, bringing that pitch right back on the corner for out number 1.
Peebles will look to back pick Barr, who's back in sliding head first. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was called inside. Isaac Walksman today 1 for 3, hitting .207 on the year. Check to first, not in time.
Barr is living in Meeks and Peebles' head rent-free right now. He's taken a large enough lead for all of them to be concerned, but has a good step back that allows him to get in safely.
And Walksman well behind that fastball.
It's 94 right on the corner, and again, when Meeks is able to spot up and work corners, he has such good stuff where hitters are off balance and can't barrel him up. It's just when he makes those mistakes and leave those pitches down the middle.
Pitch outside to Walksman, a fastball that Meeks just yanked. It's a 4-seam fastball by Meeks. Nothing extremely special about it other than its velocity. It gets on you quick. Seen a lot of sinkers today, but none of them as hard as Meeks' fastball, as that one a 2-chopper to Bargo, who makes the play on the run, glove side. Barr will move on to second base, and Walksman is retired for the second out.
Yeah, not much of a play at second base with Barr barreling down to second base. It was a good choice from Bargo, keeping his momentum going to first base and getting the sure out.
And a big swing and a miss that time from Landon Moran, the left-hander. Landon Moran 0 for 3 today for the Firebirds. Has a runner on second base. That is Chris Barr. Pitch outside. Moran out of Stetson. From Altamonte Springs, Florida. Member of the ASUN all-freshman team. Ground ball off the top of the bat. Third base line and foul.
Had a big home run yesterday for the Firebirds late in the game in a 3-2. Saw a fastball and took it where they needed it.
Pitch low to Moran. Now 2-2.
Meeks in a show cutter right there. Try to backdoor. He has a slider, but he has a cutter that's going to move in the same direction as his slider, but have a little extra velo on it.
2-2. Moran just gets a piece of it to stay alive.
And then goes right back to the slider That's at 83 miles per hour. Tries to backdoor it. Took a little velo off at 83 miles per hour.
After 2 non-fastballs, Nico, if you're Landon Moran, are you sitting fastball here?
And you kind of have to always sit fastball with a guy like him and then adjust to the off speed.
There is that fastball spiked in the dirt, 96 on the gun.
Yeah, especially with the high velo guy, and you're even the count or behind the count, you always have to look fastball and then adjust to everything else. But even more so, need a guy throwing high 90s.
3-2 to Landon Moran, who is choked up about 2 inches on the bat. Meeks deals, and up and away for ball 4. Moran on first base, runners on first and second with 2 out for Lorenzo Miola.
And Miola, like we've talked about, had the homer yesterday. But now 2 on. Harbor Hawks just in search of that final out, get the bats back, and go try and create a top of the 9th rally.
First pitch into Miola is a fastball right on the outside corner. And that is a spot that Meeks likes to live, right? On the bottom outer third. And that pitch up and in, a slider. Here's some bug spray being sprayed right now. Could use some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bug spray, the bugs
Me
are
and Nico
out.
Sharp are like getting eaten alive.
You can add me into that list.
Oh.
That's for sure. Miola swings over the top of the slider.
Yeah, it seems to be my back and my leg getting chewed up.
Your back?
You got sweet blood.
Yeah, even my back's a little itchy. And I don't know. They're biting through the shirt. But yeah, the legs are bad. The legs are bad right now.
Pitch to Miola, swings over the top for strike 3, and Drake Meeks gets out of the inning. So the Hawks will have 3 outs to score 2 runs and try to send this game to the bottom of the 9th. You're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
So now another pitching change for Orleans. It's Alex Kranzler, the freshman out of Vanderbilt, to go to work for the Firebirds and try to close this game out.
Yeah, he comes in for his 7th appearance of the summer. Again, a guy who has come into the back end of games for the Firebirds, only 8 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, and looking for him to get the last 3 outs and shut the door. And Kranzler is the Vanderbilt Commodore. Big SEC guy, and they're look for him to get the final 3 outs and secure the win for the Firebirds.
So Alex Kranzler will face his SEC counterpart, Cannon Peebles, to start this inning, and he leads it off with a base hit. Just like we were talking about with Matt Coates, it was going to be Peebles that would need to start off this inning for Anthony Silva now up at the plate.
Love the swing there from Peebles. 94-mile-per-hour fastball out and away, and Peebles not trying to do too much. The infield for the Firebirds were pulled over, shifting for the pull side to the left-hander, and he just hits it where they're not, uses hands, goes extendo, right where the shortstop would have been. Hard line drive to the left side.
Anthony Silva looks at that pitch. And Silva fouls that ball straight back.
Behind the count 0-2 here. He's going to have to shorten up his approach and continue to fight.
So Anthony Silva behind in the count 0-2, a spot that he is familiar with and has done very well to work back to a full count at times as he calls time now. Kranzler with Peebles off first, and Silva just throws the barrel at it. A half swing, fouls it off. Just stay alive.
Yeah, it's always dangerous when you have that check swing that makes contact with the ball. It could be just a little dribble in fair territory, or if you offer enough at it, then that check swing becomes a swing, and you could get called on the strikeout.
The 0-2 is high, 1-2, and Anthony Silva has the entire right side of the infield to work with, as it's 3 on the left side, and then Gurovich is holding Peebles on first base. And he swings over the top of that pitch for strike 3, and there's 1 down.
Yeah, it's going to be the breaking ball that has a lot of right-to-left movement. It's going to be a slider for Alex Kranzler right on the outside, and Silva went down fishing for it, and it's a perfectly executed pitch by Kranzler, working away to Silva that entire at-bat, and that slider starting away for a strike and just breaking off, nibbling at the corners, gets a swing and miss from Anthony Silva.
It doesn't get any easier here with Mason White, who has proven he can be a one-swing tire.
First pitch to White is in there for a strike. And Mason White trying to tie that game up with a swing. Almost swings out of his shoes. 0-2.
Healthy hack there from Mason White.
And with the Firebirds up by 2 runs, it's going to be Gurovich playing behind the runner in Peebles, not holding him on.
There goes Peebles, and Bennett Markinson will not make a throw down to second. Peebles' run does not matter, down by 2. But it will move him out of a situation where you could get a double play ball easily. 1-2 to White. Peebles will go to third base, and White swings and misses. There is out number 2.
It's that back foot slider, and it's got such sharp movement right to the back foot of Mason White. And Mason White, again, never gets cheated out of his swing. Big swing, but just comes up empty right there. And there's 2 down, and Carson Bowles will come up with only 1 out to go.
So it all comes down to Carson Bowles, who rips one into right field. It's an RBI single. His first RBI as a Harbor Hawk. And he will have a chance to score the tying run with Josh Tate coming to the plate.
There's a chance right now for the Harbor Hawks with 2 outs at the top of their lineup. Looking on in the on-deck circle with Kane Kempley to have the 9-hole Josh Tate just find a piece of grass to keep it rolling.
First pitch to Tate is inside for a ball. Check over to first base from Kranzler.
That's a scary check there, especially with how much foul territory there is. If you're not confident in that check, I don't know if you keep dipping over there, especially since Bull signifies the tying run, and he has speed.
And there's a strike to Josh Tate, 1-1. Pitch outside to Tate, 2-1. Josh Tate out of Georgia Southern looking to create a big moment or at least keep the inning rolling and bring the top of the order up to the plate. And he will go to the opposite field. Carson Bowles will advance 90 feet to second base. And now Kane Kepley has the tying run in scoring position with 2 outs.
And it's a beautiful piece of hitting from the Harbor Hawks all inning. You have Peebles using his hands, hard line drive the other way. You have Carson Bowles, hard line drive the other way. And Josh Tate going the other way. Great approach from the Harbor Hawks and ability to use their hands and work hard the other direction. It's working for them so far as they have 2 men on here with still 2 outs.
The shift's going to work for Kepley to the right side, allowing for that gap to the left side.
Kane Kepley swings at the first pitch, a hefty hack, almost loses the helmet, and it's foul. 0-1.
Kepley with 16 RBIs, which is third. Tied for first place right above him with 17, so base hit here would tie the RBI.
And a beautiful pick by Bennett Markinson to slide to his right to keep that ball in front of him and keep runners on first and second. So 1-1 to Kepley, high in the air. That should do it. Hudson Shoup is under it on the infield, and the Orleans Firebirds have taken down Hyannis at home for the second time this season.
That's another tough game for the Harbor Hawks, and again, they try to make an effort there in the 9th, but it's just a little too late. And when you look at the box score, finally coming alive in the 5th inning, and it was a bunch of zeros, and another game where the Harbor Hawks are trying to make a late comeback. You know, you heard Matt Coates talk about the Cardiac Hawks, but not able, and just the bats came alive a little too late.
So Kelly Nicholson, manager for Orleans, will tally on another win to his Hall of Fame resume, and the Firebirds will pick up their 8th W of the season. So Hyannis, they made them sweat a little bit. They put together a nice little rally, but at the end of the day, they can't get it done, and they will stay in 3rd place in the West.
We talked about it earlier this evening, Josh. A lot shifted with Katuic being able to go grab the first spot in the division, making Wareham the next closest for Hyannis to try and go grab, as they'll stand ultimately 4 points back coming off of tonight. But they have a 2-game homestand. We've talked about 11-2 at home. They've played really well. They'll take on Chatham tomorrow, along with Harwich on the back end for Saturday. Then Bourne on Sunday, heading into the off day. A lot looms on this 2-game homestand for Hyannis to try and keep pace.
It certainly does. Some big games coming up for the Hawks. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball. For Jacob Irons, Nico Sharp, I'm Josh Schreiber. Dan Bottolino, our lone producer today, and Josie Broyles and Matt Coates, our sideline reporters. Again, thank you for tuning in. This has been the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.